start the show?
We're really excited today because we happen to have one of the biggest celebrities Palmas del Mar has ever seen. And his name is Joel Comm. Welcome to the show.
You have me because you're sitting at my dining room table.
You know,
well, we have you for more reasons
this
than that.
is Joel. This is why we didn't do video. We just kept it audio.
Thought you were just coming for dinner, and this this is.
I came for the creamies.
Yes.
I stayed for the company.
Oh, that's good. There's a tagline. It sounds like a T-shirt. Come for the creamies, stay for the company. I like it.
Joel is a Christmas present
Is.
to everybody.
Unwrap me. Go ahead. Unwrap me.
Unwrap him.
Always wondered what a 2-on-1 would be like, so here we go.
Oh, wow. There is so much I don't know about Joel Comm.
And it just so happens he lives in Palmas del Mar, so he can be on the show.
Is that an invitation?
It is an invitation.
I mean, you are sitting at my dining room table, so.
Yeah, well, you know.
I kind of figured something was up when
it's
we
low budget.
plunked the podcast gear out on the table and said, do you want to be?
Like, Joel,
That's why I made you such a lovely dinner this
You did
evening.
make
And
it
I
lovely.
even used the good plates.
Oh my gosh, that's true.
The VIPs.
You know what? If you didn't know this about Erin, she has these beautiful plates from Italy.
Well, technically from France.
Limoges. They're from France.
We bought them in Italy, purchased them in Italy, but they're from France.
They
I
are
feel
Fran-
differently about them now.
They're French
You
plates.
like them more or less?
Less?
Oh. She's going to be like, you didn't serve me French fries on them.
No.
Are they really French plates? There is no French toast on them?
There's
So
something good there.
I think that one of the things that we want to be sure and tell the story of is what brought you to Palmas del Mar.
Oh.
How did this happen?
You know, that is a great question. And you know the answer already.
I do know the
You
answer,
could
but
actually tell the
all of our
story.
listeners don't know the answer.
That's true. They don't.
There's so much they don't know about you.
It's true.
So much.
The first time I heard about Palmas del Mar was when John Lee Dumas, who I've known since 2015, I want to say, because we ran in the same circles in the social media marketing niche. I like niche.
I like niche.
See, here,
It's fine.
I always there was
Each
a
his own.
there's to niche his own. Is that what you said? Oh, that was good. But we need the little rim shot there. There's a book that I always wanted to write called A Niche You Can Scratch, you know, about following your own thing and doing your thing. But you have people that would pronounce it incorrectly or the alternative way, and it wouldn't make any sense. A niche you can scratch, that doesn't make any sense. So therefore, I would never write the book.
Why not?
A niche you can scratch.
I want to write a book, a coffee table book called like something along the lines of Manscaping 101, but it's not going to be like, you know, provocative. It's going to be quirky and fun, you know, like shave that shit. It makes it look bigger, right?
Oh.
And
I
Is
think
that what
that's
the
the
book
title
would
of
be
the book.
called?
but
Yeah.
shave that shit. Yeah, right. So then, but instead of like showing anything, you know, I would illustrate like a hot dog stand man in the middle of the forest screaming out, "Can anybody see me down here?" You know?
That's funny.
And I think that this is pure gold, and anybody listening, 10% off.
Coupon code shave that shit. So John and I had known each other for years, and I saw when he posted the video that he was moving to Puerto Rico, and I'm like, well, that's kind of crazy. And I didn't really watch it with great attention. I just thought, oh, he's moving to Puerto Rico. I had been divorced just a few years, and I was living my life. I'm living in Denver, and I've got, you know, social media cranking away. I've got
No, we thought he was crazy.
did we? I don't
Tell
know.
me more.
We thought he was crazy.
I don't remember.
He
Tell me.
told us at Social Media Marketing World.
Okay.
And we talked about it after the fact, and we were like, what the hell? They're going to move to Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Okay, so you remember better than I do, but we didn't pay that much attention to it. Oh, he's going to do this thing, and that that's not my life or your life, and that's fine. And then a few years later, we discovered that another friend of mine, Davin Michaels, had moved to Palmas, and then I found out Mario Brown, who also ran in the marketing circles, moved to Palmas, and Mark Wade moved to Palmas, and I'm like, I know these people, and started paying attention to the reasons why they moved to Puerto Rico. Sure, the tropical weather is beautiful, but the at that time, Act 20 and Act 22 benefits, the tax advantages of being here and only paying 4% business tax and 0 capital gains sounded really good. Well, when crypto really started moving, because I've been in the crypto space since 2017, and I saw serious potential gains, I decided let's go visit. So Erin and I came. We visited in February of 2020, accepted an invitation from John and from Davin. We stayed with Davin and Liz because I think John had some people staying at their place, and we got to experience Palmas firsthand and had some decent gains at that time. And I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. So we were going to actually move in May of 2020, and then COVID hit. And we're all locked in our places, and the craziness ensues, and it worked out best anyway because we needed like a year to get used to the idea. And in March of 2021, we left Denver. Erin sold her house. My apartment lease was over. I sold Phantom, my Mustang, which I still miss to this day. I loved my Mustang.
What year was it?
Phantom was a 2016, I think.
Okay.
Or 17. It was this charcoal finish on it. I loved Phantom, but I had it for a full 6 years, sold it back to the dealer I originally leased and then bought it from. And we went to Florida because we were like, all right, Colorado's getting
cold.
It's not the cold so much as it was the local politics were getting more annoying. And we're like, let's go to Florida where they treat people with, greater respect to allow them to have more liberty and freedom in their choices. And we went to Venice. We like the Gulf Coast.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we really enjoy. We visited Siesta Key a couple times. I've got some friends that live in Sarasota and Tampa, and we really enjoyed the area. And while we were there, the plan was kind of like maybe plant there for a little bit, but crypto gains started to look really nice. And it was to the point where I said, okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal, Erin. See this stack of cash? I could either send this whole wad of cash, and it was a 6-figure wad of cash, to the government and pay taxes with it, or we can move to Puerto Rico and I could pay cash for a condo. And it was like, we're going to go do this. And so by April of 2021, which is coming up on 3 years already,
I know, it's
we were
so
here.
Cool. It's crazy how time has flown here too.
It is.
Yeah.
And we live, like, this is the place we're in that we're recording. This is a dream place. It was ideal.
Yeah.
And we live on the beach.
And it really is a community. I mean, we love it so much, we're creating a podcast for it.
That's a great segue. Maybe I should interview you girls. Like, what's this show? What is this? What's this about?
What is this?
Well, it all happened one wonderful evening in San Juan. We were dining and having
romantic.
Having conversations with people, and Becs said,
There's so much I don't know about you.
Oh.
I think she actually said to you.
I think it was to Joel.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I'm like, ding, 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 ding.
This could be a podcast.
It could be. And then validation, Joel and Sean were like, oh, that sounds good.
And Jenna.
Yeah, and Jenna. Right. And you guys thought it was because we needed that validation because we had taken an edible that night, so we weren't sure.
I validate you and your parking ticket.
And so here we are, 8-9 days later.
Yeah.
Recording our first episode of
So exciting.
There's So Much I Don't Know About You.
It
That's
really
the
is.
best way things happen, though. Like at least when I look at my career, it's like you get excited about something and you try it because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no expectations other than, hey, we want to add value and we're going to have fun doing it.
Exactly. And it's just something cool for then the community to listen into. And honestly, too, people coming, thinking about moving here,
We don't want to chase them off.
No. We're a good time.
Listen.
You should come.
We do know how to have fun here. That's for sure. We've done some epic events.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Becs, you planned prom,
That was a good time.
adult prom.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, by the way, because I was such a nerd in high school. I still am now, but at least I'm a cool-ish nerd now.
Totally.
Then I didn't know where the cool
I didn't
was.
even have a date to
Yeah,
prom.
I didn't go.
So
Oh,
we're
I'm
so
sadder. I know. We're so pathetic.
I know. We made up for it.
I'm going to start a cologne brand, Pathetique.
Pathetic.
Yes, for the nerd in you.
Oh.
Wait, never mind.
Edit it out.
oh wow.
That's what happens
Okay.
with live, folks.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
So many good times here. I couldn't be happier that we moved here. I mean, it's best decision that we made. Granted, we're coming from Wisconsin, so
Cheeseheads.
chilly,
Frigid.
frigid.
Yeah,
yes,
not
quite.
chilly. Frigid.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
a child of the Midwest, I
Yeah.
empathize.
Oh, thanks. Chicago, right?
Yeah, suburbs. Child of the Midwest. That should be a
Yes.
label all its own.
So for you, Joel, what was the most challenging in making the move?
Probably getting you on the same page. Honestly, it really was, because for me, it was like, this is a no-brainer. I was ready to leave Colorado, and I've moved several times. I lived in Illinois for 21 years, all the way through college. I lived in Texas for 12 years. I lived in Oklahoma for 8 years. I lived in Colorado for 14 and had, struggles and then recovery in Colorado. And it's like, okay, it's time. What's this next phase of the journey look like? And, it wasn't hard to sell you either. It was like, hey, I'm wanting to do this, and I think you should.
Well, you'd already gotten me like most of the way here by
Yeah.
getting me to Florida.
Yeah,
And then
that's true.
Was that hard for you?
to leave Colorado
Yeah.
was really hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, I sold my house. Like, I loved that house, kind of. I had a love-hate with that house.
But it was your house.
It was my house.
Yeah, I get that.
And, I spent my entire adult life in Colorado. I moved there when I was 21.
Yeah, you
So-
created a life there. I get it.
I mean, apart from the challenges that everybody has when they move here, I don't know. I feel like it flowed pretty easily. And one of the beautiful things is how quickly we got plugged in, right? We had, we already knew John and Kate and Davin and Liz. And within a week, we were invited to a party at Ted and Arlene's, and we were up on their roof of the house that they were still finishing at
Yeah.
that time. Now they're still not done, but they're really close to done.
Yeah.
And we met, people there, and we just got super plugged in. But then I think, there's people who come here who don't know anybody. And I think about Anthony Graham, that, him and his wife, Sophia, and their son, they were visiting. They were walking through Beach Village here. And I said, hey, and walked up to him, started talking. And instantly, because it's not just me, like, people are super friendly here.
Yeah.
And you're instantly connected. And he was like, wow, we're thinking about moving here, and now he's super connected in the community.
That was a thing actually when we came here. It was for a while we were like, I feel like we're in Pleasantville, because it was the first time that we were driving around town in a golf cart. And when you would pass people, they would smile, they would wave, and you're like, what is happening? Because they don't do that in Milwaukee.
Stepford was.
Yeah. You're like, hello, how are you?
Well, that's the fear of some people. It's like, all right, you guys are insulated here in your own little gated community. Is it weird?
No.
And it's the least weird place I think that I've lived.
We all found our people here.
Yeah.
So I definitely 100,000% asked Kate and asked Liz, what are the women like? Is there,
Do we have the
like,
set
is it
there?
Real Housewives of Palmas that, like, there's cat fights and, like, whatever going on? Totally not at all. And
the drama's been minimal. Like
Yeah.
we've seen, 3 years that we've been here almost.
Yeah.
And you guys, we've seen
almost 3 years. Yeah.
minimal drama, like way less than you would expect in a community that's as tight knit as this.
Yeah, you're seeing each other all the time. Like, I mean,
We vacation together. We go on cruises together.
Yeah,
right?
we should have had many issues by now, but we have
Right.
not.
Fight me. Fight me, dang it, Becky. Woo, woo. I just wanted to include Rufus.
Yeah, so I say, like, because Sean said that he was nervous to ask me. He was afraid that and I'm like, what? He said, hey, what are your thoughts on moving to Puerto Rico? And I'm like, because I had been ready to leave Wisconsin, for a while, and actually before I met Sean, I was applying for jobs in Florida. And then I met Sean. 10 years later, here I am.
There's a song to go with this. It's good. How's the rest of it?
Here's the thing. There's going to be songs. There's going to be giggles.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to like all of it.
Okay.
or not.
I hope.
Will there be finger puppets? I mean, that's what I want to
Well,
know.
it's a
There,
podcast.
there might be, but if there
finger
is,
puppets
they're
would
not
be
going to
hard.
know. They're not going to know. So you can just imagine if Becky's
Right.
not talking, she's probably doing something.
Will there be elocutionary exercises? You're looking at me.
What?
Like,
Tell me more.
look it up. Elocutionary. Elocution, like it's the art of articulating. And
Okay.
I'm doing my jaw yoga exercises right now to make sure I don't get jowls anytime soon.
Oh.
That's good.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
So you have to see the visual.
Yes.
Well, you actually don't have to. Just
Envision it.
imagine
It's
it. That's better.
It's fine. Yeah, you'll see me out soon because it's a small community, and I'll show you.
True.
I'll teach
you might
jaw
actually get
yoga.
stopped now. Like when somebody hears this, they'll
Wait,
be
tell
like,
me more about that jaw yoga that you're doing. I'm like, I got you.
Becky has a question.
I have a question that I think.
"Can you raise your hand, please, and I'll recognize it." Becky.
I think it's interesting.
Becky? Yes?
I
What's-
feel like
Yes?
there's something I want to know about you.
Okay. Did you turn in your homework? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll answer your question then.
This segment is called superpowered goof ups, which I think is really good for Joel.
I feel like we need a little music seg there. Dun, 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 superpower goof ups.
that was perfect.
I know.
Thank you.
Can we hold on to that?
You
Can we
can
make
sample
that?
that.
Can we-
Sample? Okay, great. Okay, so we got that. So we nailed it. Okay,
Perfect.
episode 1. We're just killing
They call
it.
me One Take Joel.
So-
Get it right the first time.
3.5 minutes.
I thought it was 4.5.
You tell me.
We're just getting efficient here. That's all.
If you could have a superpower, but it had a humorous flaw, what would it be, and what's the catch?
It's such a funny question. I mean, look, the superpower is I think there's a little voyeur in all of us. So invisibility, right? To be able to eavesdrop and to see. Like, I'm always curious when you walk down the street and you see lights on in the house and there's a couple in there and they're
my
talking
favorite.
or they're arguing or whatever.
This is why we get along.
Yeah, I want to know what is the conversation that's happening there. Are they fighting? Are they, is it romantic? What just happened today? I want to. This is why we're so interested in stories, film, and TV and books. Like, we get a look into somebody else's life and see their drama. Well, there are thousands of stories happening right around us here in all of these places, these homes and condos that we live in. And it really fascinates me when we're in like the big city, like you're in New York and you're staying in the hotel and you're up in the skyscraper and you're looking out and there's all these stories. The city has, 1 million stories. And so invisibility, where you could just be that fly on the wall.
But what's the flaw?
Yeah, there's got to be a funny quirk to your.
Yeah.
Can I let you tell me what
What I think the flaw would be?
What do you think it would be?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I know what my superpower would be, and I think this would be a flaw.
Okay.
Mine is 100% flying.
Oh, I
Okay.
see the flaw.
That's good.
I see the flaw.
Do you know the flaw?
Are you going to fly into a plane, into a jet?
No,
and be
no.
like,
No, but the flaw in because this is like when I'm dreaming and I'm dreaming I'm flying, I have to flap my arms.
Are you a flapper? That's so funny.
I can't just fly. I have to flap.
I didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
You're a flapper.
I don't know about you.
I started having this conversation about flying dreams.
We're gonna jump on an airplane and she's gonna be flapping her arms.
What kind of flyer are you in your dreams?
Okay, so this is actually a funny story. When I was a kid, I had a dream that I was friends with Casper.
The friendly ghost.
Yes, of course,
Casper.
right? And I was really excited. And he had taught me how to fly.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next morning, I go running downstairs to the playroom, which we had a couch in there, and I stood on top of like the armrest, and we were supposed to just kind of pick your knees up and go, right? And so I kind of jumped off and I face planted on the floor.
Oh.
And because I thought that you just had to hold your knees up, and that wasn't enough. And
Okay.
I was really disappointed. Mom came in and she was like, "What the fuck just happened?" So I can't.
I
fly.
flew.
Just heads up,
flew.
everybody, just in case you wanted to know something about me. I cannot fly.
See,
I
you
can't
you
either,
might be
but-
inclined to think that that's how everybody flies because you might be inclined because you were flapping. But like my college roommate told me, he does a running start, like he's on a runway in an airport, and then he flaps and he takes off. Kind of you got the Superman type thing. I fly without a motion. I fly like it's psychokinetic, right? It's with my mind. I'm able to just.
I mean, I feel like that's a better way to fly.
It is.
Yeah.
I love it. It's less tiring. I mean, I'm thinking my arms.
Yeah, but
You get a
she's-
workout. You
but
get a
yeah, I was
workout.
gonna say, look at her arms.
Yeah.
They look
They-
good.
you do have good
Have
arms,
you been
but I
practicing?
I just flew in from Kalamazoo, and boy, are my arms tired. I don't know. I kind of will by my mind where I'm going, and it's very cool, and I love when it happens in my dreams. It doesn't happen often enough, but there's no running, there's no flapping, there's no
You
controls
just like
or
stand
dials.
there and then all of a sudden you're in the air.
I just
So
fly.
that was actually the one and only time that I've ever had a dream where I was flying, and so I think that my mind was just like, okay, you can't do that, Becky, and so now I don't even get to dream about it anymore.
I want to know
God.
what's the flaw to my invisibility that you were thinking.
Flaw, a humorous flaw.
Yeah.
A humorous flaw.
My thought would be maybe it only lasts a certain amount of time,
And then I'm
you
naked.
don't,
And you start to glitch-
But then
glitch
you
in-
don't
in form
know.
again?
You don't know
Oh,
when it's
yeah.
gonna come. When it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
stop
Oh, I
working.
love that.
And so then you end up in places or situations that you shouldn't be
That's
in.
not a
Like your head,
superpower,
like
though.
there's
That's
there's
just a power.
There's like
No,
there's a
'cause you're
couple-
invisible and then it goes away,
This is a
but
humorous
it's-
flaw. Your invisibility only lasts for so long. So let's
But
say
you don't know how
you
long.
don't know. So you don't know when people can see you again. So you'll
How about
have-
when they go, what the hell are you doing in my place?
exactly.
Then why would I use it ever? Like, why would
because
I?
you
would
because
lose track of time.
yeah.
You would know that you had a certain amount of time, and you would lose track of time because you're so interested in the story.
I would have a certain amount of time. Like if you said
Yes.
I can be invisible for 30
minutes at a time.
10
Right.
minutes. Okay. And then I'm visible.
Yes.
Then I know.
But maybe
I, like,
sometimes it would be 8 minutes, or it'd be like 30 minutes.
I think
yeah,
I'd be-
depending
And then
upon
it would-
how many Ninja Creamies he ate that day.
Right,
Right.
right.
I'd be
right.
too nervous to use it then because now you're
No, you wouldn't. You would 100%.
You would
still use it.
100% use it.
Like if I was like a teenage boy, then you go run in the girls' locker room
yeah.
really quick, and then run back out.
And you're not going to do that at
At my old age, no, of course not.
that would be weird
Yeah.
and weird.
Yeah.
I said as a teenage
Yeah,
boy.
you would go to jail.
Well,
How did you develop this superpower?
like did I get bit by
Yeah,
a
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't given it thought. I guess it probably happened mixing up a protein ice cream and making it the Ninja Creamy.
Well, and for all of our listeners who
You can get your Ninja Creamy discount code.
don't know that Joel is the creamy master.
He's a creamy master.
Yes.
He has sold all of us on this. He has how many friends now have purchased a Ninja
5,
Creamy?
I think. 5
Yeah.
couples have
Yeah.
purchased them. And there's no benefit to me other than sharing the joy. Kind of like, we moved to
Sharing
Palmas
the joy
and we
of
brought
creamies.
karaoke to our
True enough.
tribe.
Ooh, speaking of,
Bringers of song
we're
and ice
going
cream.
to Erin and I the other night talked about having more thematic karaoke nights.
I like that word, thematic.
I do too.
Thematic.
I like any word that I get a little bit of a lisp to. Like I like thematic, which feels a little bit lispy, but not. And I love one of my favorite words is aesthetic.
Aesthetic. I like
So
that
you
too.
want to go to Barcelona?
I do. Yes.
That's why I like
Yes.
Schenectady is one of my favorite cities. Schenectady, because it's fun to say. Schenectady. But if you want, watch her
Schenectady.
face when I start talking
Oh,
like
God.
this.
Please, no.
When I start talking like this with my S's, she just cringes.
So cringe.
Yeah. You didn't know that about me,
I
did
didn't
you?
know that about you.
Yeah. So you could do it too. Just tell her.
I know, because then I'm going to start sounding like Sid the Sloth.
Yes, exactly. She hates Sid. She's got no love for Sid.
Oh, what? I like sloths.
So you like Sid the Sloth, but when I
I
do
like
it,
sloths.
it's a problem.
You know the fun fact about that. He oh God, why is his name blanking? John
Leguizamo.
Yes.
Mm.
So he had stuffed food in his cheeks to get that right kind of because he was trying to figure out what the voice he was and they came up with that with Sid the Sloth.
That makes sense.
Wouldn't it be funny if I was really wrong on that and somebody just fact checked me and they're just like, this bitch, she is
they
incredible.
should
Let's get
fact check
fact-
everything.
Yeah, everything from the show for
You
sure.
know, when this show takes off, we can have an assistant over here like
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, and they're just going to be like looking stuff up
Yeah,
the whole time.
yeah.
That could be a segment.
They're
Let's
like,
get
Becky,
fact checked.
Becky,
He
don't-
just put
Don't go
stuff
with that.
out there. A UFO landed on the 5th hole just the other day here on the Palms course, and let's get that fact checked. I need
you
pictures.
guys went golfing a little while ago, didn't you? You two?
Yeah,
How did that go?
I'm so bad.
I know.
I'm horrible.
I know, but you would be really good at croquet.
We went with. I've played croquet. Get my.
I feel
mallet
like
out and,
there's an event I can work on
I
for
can
here. We have a
croquet.
croquet event.
Yes, I'd rather play pickleball.
We haven't done that in ages.
I know. I need to.
I miss it.
We
too.
need to because the balls aren't going to pickle themselves.
It's true.
They're all
Ba-dum-bum.
on their own. They're like,
Hey, come pickle us. You guys gotta come back out here and pickle us.
it's just like I'm busy making creamies. What do you want? Give me a break.
Oh Lord.
I really like where this is going. I think.
Where
we
is it
should-
going?
Just to a really good place.
I
Erin,
have to
how did you get
I'm
your
invisible.
superpower? Did you eat
Oh.
too much chicken at lunch? You had a rotisserie
Too many
chicken.
chicken wings.
And you ate the whole thing?
Yeah, or it could have been chicken wings.
She made amazing wings last week.
I make
Yeah.
good wings too. I will
Well,
give myself
that's
that
we
one.
could have a wing
wing
cage
off.
match,
A
a
wing
wing
off.
off.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we're going to take their kitchen table and we're going to cover it with aluminum foil and just make a massive nacho table.
Nacho party.
This is nacho, party.
I like it.
Because we don't have enough events here, and I think we need more.
Well, that's.
I mean, there's nothing to do here.
Yeah, there's.
That's
just,
why we had to start a podcast because
And
there's nothing
yeah.
to do.
yeah. Why did you start this?
we had taken an edible, and we were drinking wine. I was drinking martinis. You were drinking
Oh, yeah.
wine. And we came up, going back to that, you said something and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much I don't know, but hello, ding, 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 ding.
But why?
And then, but why? Because we love this community. I mean, it's interesting because we've been here for almost 3 years and the honeymoon period is over. However, we'll still be like driving around in a golf cart and just look at each other and say, we live here. We get to
best.
live here.
Yeah.
And,
we do the
and
same.
who gets to say that? Like how
Only the
many
people who
how many
live here.
communities in the world are like this? Not many. And so like I feel incredibly blessed. And so it's like we want like there's people out there who are just like us who would fit in here so well, and maybe they're on the fence, or maybe they're nervous to be, because it is a big thing to move away from your family. But to know that you can come here and have like this Palmas family, like we all have each other's backs. And I think that's just so amazing. And so, let's, do a podcast and talk about it.
Well, and also there's so many people, and it's funny because like we know each other really well.
Yeah.
But there's still like we have conversations like, oh my God, I didn't know that about you.
I just
I didn't
learned.
know that
I just
about-
learned that she likes to flap her arms if
I
she
just
could
learned
fly.
it too.
I mean, and I think that's
I
really
thought you
cool.
knew.
I forget things.
Yeah.
I have OBS, old brain syndrome.
Oh, right.
I forget things.
So
Although I was told that I need to start taking lion's mane. By
Oh, yeah.
Josh Dillingham said I should take lion's mane. So I'm going to the zoo. I'm going to cut the hair off a lion. And I don't know. It sounds kind of...
lion's mane is incredible for you, and you know what? There's actually
ordered some.
You know what? There's actually a great company right here in Puerto Rico called Wild something mushrooms
Wild lion?
wild cultures. They used
We're
to
going to look that up.
yeah, we're gonna look that up.
Fact check that.
They used to come at the beginning when we started doing those farmers markets. They came for a little while, and what they do is they do tinctures. And they have lion's mane tinctures, chaga, reishi. I think they have a couple. I think cordyceps.
I think I
Maybe they'd
remember
like to
seeing
sponsor
those.
Yeah.
the show.
and it's they're organic. They're just a good local company.
Coupon code lion's mane.
So we actually use those tinctures. They're really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping. I mean, it's a big year for me. I turned 60 this year.
I know, because I also turned 40.
Yeah, this is a big birthday year, and Sean turns 45.
45. Celebrate
nothing
us.
special.
No, what?
Yeah, just another year for Erin. One of those in-between years, ramping up towards a big one. It feels so
How many
weird.
years do we have to ramp up to the next one?
Well, 50 will be next.
The next
Schwifty.
big one.
I'm going
Yeah.
to say Schwifty that entire year.
Oh, great.
You're Schwifty.
50s. My 50s have been
Nifty.
amazing.
You know what's interesting, Joel, is anytime we talk about you and how you're like, turning 60 or whatever, we don't even think about it. Everybody, and I said the same thing, nobody can believe that you're 58, 59. Nobody can believe it.
Because that's what comes right before 60.
Well, right. I know. I started saying 58 for a second because when I met you, it was 58.
You just Benjamin
I
Buttoned
had
me.
Wham wham. So, and it's also because it's like you're just, it's your spirit, it's your personality, it's the fact that you're a little bit of a kid still.
A little?
Well, I'm
He's a
little.
12-year-old.
A little.
Oh, well.
I
I'm
mean,
a lot of a kid.
for
And-
those that don't know,
but
he
that-
did invent the fart app.
But that, yeah.
Oh, you brought that up.
That doesn't
Oh,
work.
I
You
did.
just brought
I
that
said no
up.
farts, but
Too late.
You said no
That's-
farts.
You,
I
you-
did say
you-
no
You let
farts.
that one
So
loose.
I have it.
It's out now.
That's what she said.
You let her rip.
oh, great. This can go on all night.
I just,
You
I
let her
don't know
rip.
if it's working now, though.
Yeah, you have to do the button down here.
Oh, put the mic down.
Yeah, put the. There you go. Oh, that,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the good one?
oh, they're all good ones. Yeah. So she's using the iFart app, which, by the way, turned 15 years old
Oh my
this
gosh.
year.
See,
It
we're
came out
celebrating.
in December of 2008, which was the year that the App Store opened. And 5 days, I think, after release, we hit -- in the App Store, in the world, all categories. #1 app. And it got coverage across mainstream media. They did an article in the New York Times Sunday magazine, the back page article about pop culture. Bill Maher said on his show, if your phone can fart, you're part of the problem. In George Clooney's cover Rolling Stone article, he said he had iFart on his phone. He loved it. Like, the list goes on of celebrities. Demi Moore was pranked with it. Robin Williams pranked Lance Armstrong.
That's
with it.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was pranking people at dinner the other night.
Yeah.
That was great.
which is just as big as
I was
far
just
as I'm
I was just
concerned.
kind of putting the phone up behind their ears randomly.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And there's great features. You can actually, do some stuff on here like the sneak attack, where
Oh, I
you set
like
it
that.
to 5 seconds and you leave your phone and you walk away from it, and then 5 seconds later, it will just go off on its own, unless there's a bug in it and it doesn't do anything. There you go. It just went-
So, yeah. It's pretty good.
But it's just one thing I did. It's just a thing I did. It was a little novelty thing. It took us 3 weeks to develop it all and release it, and it's just lightning in a bottle. Ow.
This one's called Trump Dump.
It's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it.
I just got a charley horse. That's why I'm stretching out all fun. My leg just went into spasms.
It's because you don't eat bananas.
Spasm.
Actually, I believe that apples have more potassium in them than apples.
Than
Bananas.
I don't like
Really?
bananas. Yeah,
Have an apple.
I don't.
He does like apples, so
Have an apple.
Have an apple.
Yeah, this has actually never happened to me in the middle of an interview where I get a
First
charley
time for
horse
everything.
spasm. Yeah, I'm going to stand.
wow, it's that bad.
The universe was like,
Show's over.
you don't think you're 59. Let me show you.
Or where are you on
Good
socials?
question.
Like, how can somebody
we do have socials. We have created a Facebook group. It's a private group for now.
Here you go. There's a picture of it.
It's the semitendinosus.
It is.
Those are like the official biological.
Look at that butt.
It's a
Look at
hamstring.
that butt on that
you
picture,
look at the
though.
butt.
That's kinda
It's-
nice, right?
It's a muscle butt.
That's-
it's a hamstring. The upper leg, that's the hamstring. I have never ever gotten a charley horse in that, and we're sitting in our stools at the kitchen table, and it just went.
You are very low in potassium, sir.
Don't judge me.
I do not judge, but if you could put a potassium powder in your Ninja Creamy, I think it would help.
It couldn't hurt.
Right.
It couldn't hurt. Okay, I think it's getting better now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was like real life.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
tough, man.
So you're going to get people posting on the socials about
Is he
all the
okay?
supplements that I should take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for my
please help Joel.
hamstring. Let's start a GoFundMe. GoFundMe.com. Save Joel's hamstring.
Oh. So we were talking about our socials.
Yes.
Oh, we were, yes.
Yeah.
So we have a Facebook group. It's not public yet. And we have an Instagram. And the Instagram is
But by time this episode airs, it will be public. We don't maybe
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But our Instagram is at so much Palmas.
Yes, because here we go.
People suck.
Okay, so here's the thing. There is a So Much podcast out there, and there's also a So Much Pod, and there's nothing happening in either one of
They
those
have,
groups.
like,
they have nothing.
2 followers and no posts.
And no posts, no nothing.
I'm your second follower. I'm assuming that you are your first follower.
I am.
So
Becs hasn't even followed us.
I beat you. She didn't even know.
I'm following. Harsh.
Yeah, she's following.
Harsh, sis.
You can't follow yourself. That's it. So
I
Becky,
can follow myself.
Have you made me an
No,
admin
you
yet?
can't. So Becky was the first follower, and I was the second. And now you guys can follow So Much Palmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Join us on this journey.
I
of,
am now following so much Palmas.
That's good.
Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
Well, we'll have to post a picture commemorating this
Yeah.
this first.
You know, Joel, I joke about it, but you really are like one of the biggest celebrities here.
That's not true, but
Okay, I don't.
I'm glad in your mind
in,
it is.
In my mind, it is.
It makes me feel like I can toy with your brain like a little
Probably
kitten or
it's fine.
something.
It's fine. So I have to ask though, what is the most interesting like celebrity you have met? Because I'm,
Here or just in
In general.
Oh gosh, it's kind of funny. I keep a folder.
Like,
Well,
do you
you can
like do
tell
you
it-
like do you have like a particularly hilarious encounter that?
I don't know about hilarious encounter. I just think interesting encounters. I've had a bunch of people that I've met, and I keep a folder. And one of the more interesting ones was this guy right here.
No, Stallone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous of that one. That's so cool. Look at your hair.
Yeah, it was.
He's
super
got
long.
very
That was
long
when he
hair.
decided not to
That
cut
was-
his hair for
yeah, that was
the
the
entire
first
time we
time.
lived here.
Oh my
when
gosh,
we
that's
moved
so cool.
to Palmas, I decided, all right, beach bum, and I let my hair grow to the point where I was able to put it in a little ponytail.
I was
but
so
I
Did you
went
ever
to
do
the
like a
day
man
he came
bun?
home. And
No, she put in a little
Yeah, you had a little top knot.
top knot. Called it little baby top knot.
You to bobby pin the rest up.
Yeah. so
Actually, I think Liz did that.
it never got to bun level. It didn't grow that long. But
No.
I went to Stallone's house in Palm Beach. We were trying to work on an NFT project with him, and somebody, not me, who may have been a partner, messed it up,
We
and
have
then the
6
market
followers
collapsed.
now.
So
Just
that
saying.
didn't happen. But what are you talking about over there? I'm
I'm
giving
sorry,
a
we're
Stallone
listening.
story.
I'm listening. So
I
this
guess
was.
I'm not interested.
Oh my God, this was recent.
Yeah, this was just it was the year we
Yes.
moved here.
Oh gosh, I have
Was
to
the year
say,
we moved here. Or
I have
was-
to say, I'm a little bit jealous
21.
of that one. I would love to meet Stallone.
You didn't know this?
No, there's so much I don't know about you.
I thought you knew.
Do you know who that is?
No, gosh, no. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
His name. Help.
she knows.
We're looking at a picture of Joel and
He played Lou Grant.
yes,
Ed
Asner.
Asner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually interesting because you could see. Do you know who that one is?
Wow. Hey,
Mario.
hey, Slater.
Yeah. So Slater. That's right. Mario Lopez. Okay, we'll do one more. Let me see if there's one more here that's super.
Do the one you sent to Sean.
Oh yeah. I took this picture. I was at Consumer Electronics Show in 2014, and there was a rapper who was there, and I just walked up to they had a rope, and they were like, because he was doing a presentation, like, don't bother him, and I just crossed over the rope and I walked up to him and I just put the camera in our face and I took the selfie.
Did you know who it was?
I knew who
Okay.
it was then, but
All right.
I didn't recognize him when I looked at the picture. It came up on my photos the other day. And so I sent it to Sean. I'm like, who is this I'm with? Do you know who that is?
It's 50 Cent.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sean replies $50.
Have it.
So I'm like, I don't know. I'm an uncultured swine. I don't know. But, yeah, so
That's
my
pretty cool.
celebrity folder has 59 pictures in it.
59.
I'll show you more offline.
Oh, that's so
We
cool.
can play Name That Celeb.
Oh, I love that.
Mine
That's so
has
cool.
more.
I only have a couple, and that's when I lived out in California.
No, mine has more. Do you want to know why?
Because concert photos.
No, because I have so many pictures of me with Joel Comm.
But bum.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was so good.
Yeah.
Like,
So good.
yeah, how's that ego feeling? Like, really good
It's
right
just this-
now.
my-
It's
my
like,
head is
oh
all
my
ballooned
gosh.
up here. I'm
It's-
like,
it's amazing. Let me get some of that air out of it. You don't float away. She'll have to flap her arms to
Yes,
catch
come
you.
get me. He's up in the sky. Fly, Erin, fly.
Oh my god.
It's not like that.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. Do you fly like an eagle to the sea?
No, I just have to flap, and then I can soar for a little bit, and then I have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, do you enjoy watching the birds over the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Kind of like I could be with you right now.
Well,
I
and you
could.
like to dive too. You're a diver, so you like the birds. They go.
Whoa! You
swoop
diver
in.
too?
Yeah.
I'm a diver.
Yeah.
I mean, not like diving down into the
Dive-
water, but
yeah.
diving above the water to go into the water
Oh no.
and then come back up immediately.
She's a scuba diver.
Yeah, she's a scuba diver. No, that was
Scuba.
a totally different
Scuba
thing.
diver.
You know, I can
Scuba
dive.
dooba
I can dive.
Yeah.
I can get to the water.
I mean,
but
I
then
can dive,
and then immediately come back up.
I can dive into the pool as well. and then come
Yeah.
back
But
up.
are you graceful at it? Like
I feel like I'm pretty graceful. Yeah.
I'm pretty graceful. I
I
think.
about
feel
you?
like I'm sitting down and,
Envisioning
you guys
us
are
in swimsuits right now, diving.
No, I was thinking like we're at a cafe and I'm just eavesdropping on you two.
Are you
conversing.
invisible?
You didn't know I was here.
How long has it been?
Oh, I heard it all. Let me tell you all.
No, I don't know how I feel about actually diving.
Scuba.
Deep scuba diving.
I know exactly how I
but-
feel. I won't do it, and she wishes I would, but I'm not.
I mean, I'll snorkel, but I don't know, man.
Would you snooba?
I would consider snoobing
Would you snooba?
I know.
because I don't know.
Snooba's like snorkel.
I think it's
I don't
I
wanna
think it's
so
the
snorkel.
whole.
you can go down if
I
you
think
want.
it's just like the concept of
what she
having
said.
this tank on you and
Yes.
everything. Like,
but with snuba, you don't have a tank.
well,
Look.
and that's the thing. Because here's what I'm worried about. Like, you're in the water and you're not the fastest thing in the water. Like, something could, if it wanted to, right? I get it. I
Look
get
out
it.
for that goldfish.
I know it might not happen, but it might happen.
I don't like having a breathing tube in my mouth, and if God had intended for people to swim underwater, he wouldn't have invented aquariums.
My thing is,
I can go see all the fish
Okay,
and not have any threat
he wouldn't
of drowning.
have invented aquariums.
my thing is, wow, my thing is that if I dive and something's happening and I'm at I mean, I don't know details, so don't hold that against me, but like at some point, like, you can't just race up to the top. You know,
But I prefer diving, shallower dives, so like 30 feet.
I mean, I would snuba.
So snuba, you can go 30 feet.
It's a deal. She'll snuba.
Okay.
You got a snuba
I'll
date.
snuba, but I need 2 more people, 3 more people.
Anyone's in particular?
No, I don't really care because I want one to the left, one to the right, one in front, and one behind me.
You need an entourage.
Wow.
Just in case.
Because it's all about you.
Shh, it's fine. I just need to feel a little bit more protected.
You want to be hemmed in.
Yeah,
So, you're
so can
safe
I-
and
So
secure.
like, if there was a shark, they would get somebody else first.
correct
Is what you're saying.
So you
What if they
picked
get
up
the
on
one
that.
behind
I
you?
So
appreciate
much I
that.
don't know about you.
I know.
What if they get the person behind you and you don't hear, and now that protection's gone? Guess who's next?
No, because that shark is over it. It's like,
It's
yum
a really
yum.
big. It's a really big
And-
shark. It's really hungry, and it's
Ooh.
thinking, "This is the one I want because she was protected."
You
so
know
she's
what?
probably
Here's
the
here's
best.
what's going to happen. Like, in my head, I'm a ninja, and what's going to happen
Are
is
you
they're
a ninja
that
creamy though?
totally. So that shark is going to eat that person. I'll say a quick prayer. God bless. Thank you for your, sacrifice. And
At
then,
that moment, that
and then
prayer will
it's gonna-
sound like,
and then it's going to give
only,
me.
only
a-
she'll be snooping. So it'll be
I'm so calm. I'm so calm. I'm so calm. It's going to give me the time to then, when it comes to me, it's going to give me the time to grab its nose and just push it away.
just like you're just gonna reach out to the shark, grab it by the nose,
I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it to the left or right
push it away.
to the next person. It's going to be over me, and then it's going to go to the next person.
Push the shark nose.
Yes.
That's a sound strategy.
And then after it eats the next person, Erin's going to be in front. She'll be last. So
she's a fast swimmer.
exactly. So
She's
So
agile.
we're good. Okay. And then it's going to give me time to like take the shark from behind and flip it over so it goes into that like trance state.
Oh.
And then it gives you and me time and maybe the person on my right, if they're still around, to get back to the boat.
What's
Okay.
the closest that sharks? Are there any sharks around the island?
I don't really
Sure.
think so.
I don't
I mean,
know. I haven't seen
nothing. What, like reef sharks or whatever? I mean, I don't really know. I don't hear anything
Are
about
there
it.
baby sharks? Do, 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 do.
There's probably more of an issue
We
with
have a
like.
baby shark right
yeah,
here.
we do. Rufus has a shark costume.
Rufus is a baby shark.
So,
That's
so
cute.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How does this end? How do we?
it doesn't. It goes on and on forever.
It's hard when we
This is
have
the show
it's
that never
it's
ends.
difficult when we have such an interesting guest with us.
Yeah,
that we
so
can
it's
talk
gonna
to.
be real challenging when you have that person on, isn't it?
That's you.
when we find that person. Aw.
That's sweet. I feel like I'm your guinea pig.
Like,
and that's fine.
do
I'm
you
good with
feel like your ego has been stroked enough? Do you need some more compliments? Is there anything else you would like to add?
You both make me feel wonderful. I'm so glad that
It's 'cause you are
invited
wonderful.
me in my own home to be a guest on your
And
show.
anybody who happens to find themselves in the presence of Joel Comm is in good company.
Oh, that's very sweet. I feel the same about you.
Aw.
And Sean.
And Erin.
Yeah, well, obviously. Duh. I was hoping that was a given, but if it needs to be said, and Erin, yes.
Oh, and that's a wrap.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being our guinea pig.
Yes. What does a guinea pig sound like? They're more like they chatter, right?
Yeah, I think that's...
Kind of like
Yeah.
a squirrel.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're really good
I
at
had
that.
gerbils.
He's really good at that.
Gerbils were my first pet. Like, we wanted a dog, and Dad did not want a dog, and so we got away with having gerbils probably when I was 8 or 9 years old, and we had several of them. I loved them. Pick them up by the tail, and they'd be like,
I had a pet rock. I'm not even kidding.
did you name it?
I'm sure I did. I also had.
Was he Rock Hudson?
Oh my gosh! Did you guys have
The
those?
Rock.
What are they called?
Pet Ghost?
It was a little egg device thing.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
I
Did
had
yours
one-
die,
Oh,
too?
1,000,000%, like
Yeah.
right away. I lost interest.
Yeah, you killed it. That's what you did.
Whoops.
Let it die. It's a
It's-
horrible feeling.
It's fine.
I've never had a Tamagotchi.
It's
No,
fine.
I didn't either. My kids did. I was too old for that by then, but my kids had them.
Yeah, good times.
Because I'm going to be 60. I'm old enough to be your daddy.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That just got weird.
Mind blown. Isn't it funny, though, as adults, like how little age matters? You know,
It's
stuff
true
when
enough.
you're kids. It's like, I'm a senior, you're a sophomore, right? It's just this big deal. And then once you're in your 20s, your late 20s, you start hanging out with people that are in the early 20s. You can hang out with people that are 40. Like, the older you get, the greater your range of associates and friends becomes. And it's not significant. I don't care. We have friends here that are in their 20s, and we have friends here that are in their 70s. I would think they would be. And so if I think
I
they are,
feel
then they are.
28. Does that help count?
Yeah. Whatever.
I feel 28.
You can be 28 if
Okay.
you want. I mean, you can
What
be
do they
anything.
say? Age is just a number.
Thanks.
Age is just a state of mind. You're
Age
only as
is
old
mind
as you
over
feel.
matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
Sure, fine.
Yep.
But the older you get, the more Charlie horses you're going to get because you don't eat enough bananas.
Apples. Apples.
I like apples.
There you go. Have an apple.
Okay.
All right.
have any
Okay.
more?
Rufus is telling us to wrap the fuck up.
Yep.
So,
All right. It's been good.
it's been real good.
So much fun.
Stay
Thanks, ladies.
tuned for next episode where we learn about the next amazing person here in this
Victim.
wonderful community of Palmas del Mar. Testicles.
Fact check time. You may have heard Becs mention that apples have more potassium than bananas. But this is a half-truth. It is bananas have more potassium, but apples are a good source of potassium. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm not proud of this, guys, but, sometimes even I'm wrong.